Why are they arranging a trial hearing for you, sir? All you have to do is go into court and say, I'm not the driver of the vehicle, it's a bloke called Joey. He was driving. I know his name. I know what he looks like. I know where he lives. He's even signed for it. There's been a big mistake here. Not my problem. Why not?
I don't know.
What did you think would happen?
That I'd be able to go to the next court hearing.
Why should there be another court hearing? You've got a life to live, I presume. That was January. We're now over a year later. That's how long it takes to get in front of the magistrate's court. And they gave you a further date to attend on the 19th of March.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, Judge.
You've had months and months to deal with it, correct? Why didn't you deal with it in those months?
I don't know.
I don't mean to make things difficult for you, but there are people that bury their heads in the sand in exactly this sort of way. Did you just forget about it?
No, I never forgot about it.
Well, what did you think would happen?
Hopefully it would get sorted. I was trying to get the coverage and everything to go for the March one, and I did say to Joey that I'd try and go to the March one.
Did you know that this second court date was on the 19th of March? Had you been made aware, would you have gone along?
Absolutely, like I intended to the first time.
But, sir, weren't you a little bit worried? You know, you knew you had to pay this fine. You knew it had gone away. You knew you hadn't paid it yet. You knew you hadn't got your 3 points which were coming your way. Surely in those circumstances it's up to you, regardless of the obligations of this young man, for you to say, goodness me, this is my problem, as it is yours, I need to go and sort it out.
Absolutely, but unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, I can't attend court as someone else. So all I've been able to do is Jamie along into making those...
You could have made a previous arrangement with him to go to court. You could have said, look, Jamie, when's the court date? The fact that it went
I've repeatedly asked, Judge.
Now, sir, there's something I don't understand here. You said that the second court date was on the 19th of March. This has been issued to you on the 15th of March. Do you see? So they must have heard your case on the 15th of March.
Unfortunately, this is all I've been dealing with, is evasive dates and things.
Well, as a result, a £70 fine, which is ostensibly Joey's fault, has gone from £70 to a different offence, which are 2 offences of failing to give information relating to the identification of a driver. You've been convicted of that because it's your name, even though you were not driving, and you were fined £660. You add on the various other costs which the court are entitled to put on, and the total from £70 is now £820. Because you haven't paid the £820, they've issued you with a further steps notice. You understand that? Now it says this: you have a right to appeal to the court against the fines officer's decision set out in this notice, and you have to explain why. Now, sir, I'm going to help you. Because this was a fine issued to you in the magistrate's court, as a matter of law, you have an automatic right of appeal. That appeal would go to the Crown Court. It seems to me, bearing in mind you have a person here who explains and will give evidence that he posted the letter and it's not his fault, and that he, not you, were the driver of that car on that date, you need to go and deal with that straight away. You have just about time to go and issue an appeal against this fine. Understand?
Yes, Judge.
If you do not do that, you are going to be left with this £820 fine over your head. You cannot bury your head. Do you know what can happen? Any ideas if you don't sort this out?
If it's not getting paid, stuff will get took. Debt collectors...
They will come to your house, they will knock at the door, and they will take your property. You will lose your credit rating, which might affect you getting any kinds of things in the future, including mortgage, if you want one later on, a mobile telephone. That needs to be done as soon as possible. As it currently stands, you've been convicted of an offence that you didn't commit because you failed to show up to court. Understood?
Yes, Judge.
Your claim against him, when I look at it, is for the full £820. That's ridiculous. I can say without difficulty you are entitled to your £70. In respect of the rest of that sum, You now have a little bit of time, very little, to go to court to get some advice and to explain what's happened. You need collectively to go together to court once the date comes and go and sort this mess out, understand? Because if you don't, the rest of this £820 debt minus the 70 is your problem.
Understood.
Debt like that can have a real effect on you. Understood?
I've made several attempts to try and get that far.
With the greatest respect in the world, sir, you're not blameless either.
No,
This is a younger person. You knew you had to pay this debt. I suspect there was a part of you that thought it had gone away or hoped it had as well.
Hope.
In the circumstances, this court awards you £70. Go and deal with it.
Thank you, Judge.